and you've been listening to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. And I'm Mark Sherry, and here with Violet Hausthor. And you just heard Tracy's song by David Chalfant. Before that, Too Heavy by West End Blend. And we started out with Kimaya Diggs doing Bloom. So we just heard Tracy's song. That was a pretty cool instrumental by David Chalfant, who is he's out of Conway, Mass, and he has quite the history in the region with playing with so many awesome people.
Oh, yeah. He's a producer, engineer, and multi-instrumentalist. He formerly ran the studio Saka Music out in Western Massachusetts. They did work with artists like Aaron McCune and Winter Pills, among others. He was also a major member of the Neilds and still plays with them here and there to this very day, as well as doing bass and guitars for the Abe Loomis Band and probably more I couldn't even find. He is a remarkable musician, as well as a teacher of instrumental music at the Academy in Charlemont. So really talented guy and a really cool sound for this track. Though this track in particular has a bit of a story behind it.
So it's a cool song. It really is.
It's such a cool song. I really like it. It's got this cool, like funky, almost Latin guitar sound that it's great. It's groovy. I love it.
I called it like a fun and funky rock and roll romp. Funky tune with some great groovy guitar riffs. And yeah, tell us a little bit about the background on it.
Yeah, there's a bit of an interesting one. So back in 2002, the classic 1983 New York graffiti documentary Style Wars was released as a 2 DVD set. And in the extra content of that DVD set, there was a section called Classic Hits from Tracy 168, featuring Super 8 footage of many legendary mid-70s graffiti writers. And one of the tracks playing over that footage was Tracy's song, which was actually never released as a standalone track until now. And in fact, David Chalfant is the son of the producer of Style Wars, Henry Chalfant. This track actually comes out as a single on October 30th, along with a newly recorded B-side for that single release. So really interesting story with this one.
So before that, we had West End Blend out of Hartford, Connecticut, doing Too Heavy out of their 2017 album Attitude.
Come on, man. You're not going to get better than West End Blend if you're looking for some of the best funk and soul tunes in the area.
Absolutely.
These guys are hard to beat, and they've got an 8-piece band. They're amazing. They've got this like throwback sound while still pushing it forward. It's just such a groove. I love the horns on this in particular. I don't know. It's West End Blend, man. How are you not already dancing?
It's classic funk soul sound. It absolutely is. And they're so professional, smooth, great lead vocals. That's Erica Bryan. They're just a super band.
Well, they've got an upcoming Halloween show on October 28th up in Brattleboro, Vermont at the Stone Church. So that's going to be a really fun show. These folks are incredible live.
And we started out the block with Bloom by Kimaya Diggs from Northampton, Mass. And she's just amazing. She's getting smoother and silkier and more refined, constantly. She's ready for the big time now.
Easily. And this is off the semi-recent album Quincy, just came out in March and was written and recorded over the course of the last 4 years. This album also has a lot of connections to some local talents, such as Jake Manzi doing vocals and guitar on a few tracks. Not this one in particular, but he's definitely on the album. Some of the recording was done by Andrew Odell over at Ghost Hit, and some of the recording, as well as the mixing and mastering, was done over at Spirit House by Danny Bernini. So all artists that we've played on the show or even interviewed on the show. I love this sound, though. It's like jazz, neo-soul thing that just hits you in the right place.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could sit on the couch and just listen through that album with a smile on my face.
Absolutely. She's become a real sort of jazzy soul crooner. And and the arrangement on this tune I really like too.
Yeah.
And she's going to be playing October 7th, opening up for a show at the Academy of Music in Northampton, Mass, which is a great place to catch her. So
lots of cool stuff coming up. And another fun fact is that she's been doing quote-unquote summer versions of a lot of the tracks on Quincy, which is sort of acoustic recorded live versions of a lot of these tracks, including Bloom, which is also a really beautiful version of the song. Highly recommended.
Well, what have we got in our next block?
Well, in our next block, we are delving more into the rock zone, alt rock, indie rock, sort of bluesy stuff, a little bit of everything here. We're playing stuff from Speedy Ortiz, the Penniless Wild, and OK in the Night Crew. Let's start things off with the Penniless Wild doing Spin.